Welcome to Pashua's Moment with Pastor Charles Kiyaga.
Praise the Lord, brethren. We are back again on our program, the Pashua's Moment. And as always, I'm your servant, Pastor Charles. I come with this message that mobilizes us to seek God. I'm standing here on your great site, Zion Pashua's Prayer Mountain, a place where I encourage all of us to find time and come and be here, be alone with God. Okay? So I also remind you to give us kids in our school, Pashua's Junior School. This is a sister project to this ministry, basically to support the ministry. When you give us kids in that school, that's where we make the money or we get the saving to be able to pay the water, to pay the power, to slash the mountain, to be able to even make more hostels and make the environment more habitable. For you to see me every day, it is because those people are supporting my being on air. So if you have no money to give to the ministry, just finding us kids to come to the school is enough for you to have made a great contribution. The school is well sourced with very experienced teachers, with a good natural environment. We develop the whole person, not only knowledge, but we also teach them the ways. They are pursuers of knowledge, but also pursuers of God. They stay under the shadow, this shadow of God that rooms upon this place. So we go back into our study. We are here in Genesis 25 verses. Yesterday we saw verses 32, where Esau said, "I'm about to die. Of what good will that birthright be?" For somebody who doesn't pray, for somebody who has no prayer in their background, the elementary way they will interpret their situation. The man was willing to sell his birthright because of a meal. A pressure for a moment can cause you to sacrifice your entire future. A taste for a moment may cause you to sacrifice your entire destiny. This is exactly what this young man did. Why? Because the mother who had God speak concentrated on this young one. The father who had no idea but was only benefiting from the effort of this young man never cared. So the young man was walking, there was no prayer cover upon him. That's where when you walk out there and you think you will navigate, you think you are going to interpret things the right way, you're deceiving yourself. You are going to get it wrong somehow. So this young man said, "I'm about to die. Of what good will that birthright be?" Then verse 33 says, "Then Jacob said, swear to me as of this day." So he swore to him, and he sold his birthright. Just imagine the disparity between these two brothers. I know many of us, we blame Esau, others blame Jacob. They say Jacob is a trickster. Jacob is a supplanter. Others say Esau is a fool. How can you sell your birthright? But before you say those things, how many of us in our day-to-day life we make similar decisions? If you have no prayer cover, if you are not always abiding in the presence of God, I assure you 100% you will make similar foolish decisions. This is what this young man did. It looked like a normal thing. And after he ate his meal, he walked off like, he's wise. Little did he know, he had traded the invaluable, his entire destiny, for just a pressure for a moment. I know I'm talking to somebody out there. You think you understand it. You don't. That's why I encourage you to become a God seeker. It's only prayer that will help you to make the right judgment of the situations. Because every day we are making decisions. Every day we are faced with decisions to make, which look very simple by face value, but which have got very, very far-reaching implications. This looked simple. I'm hungry, I just need a meal. That is it. He has a meal. He has asked me to give me my birthright, but I've eaten a meal. That is it. As simple as that. But it had far-reaching impact. Many times we will be faced with decisions. It could be a decision which way to go, which school to attend, which job to do, which wife to marry, which what, even a journey you're going to make. And you say, should I go here, should I go here? If you are not guided by God, I tell you, you can take a journey that can be devastating. This is why I encourage you to become a friend of God. Become a God seeker. When you become a God seeker, God will guide you. The steps of a righteous man are guided by the Lord. If you choose for God to be your guide, for God to be your anchor, for God to be your strength, be sure that every step of the way, God will guide you. So I encourage you to enroll in the ranks of God seekers. So you don't walk by sight, you don't walk by instinct, you don't walk by chance, but you walk by the guidance of the God who knows it all. And this is what I encourage you. God bless you. We shall begin from there tomorrow.
Eyo yibadde Pursuers Moment ng'ekutusiddwako essomero lya
Pursuers Junior School ly'essomereriza okunazaako gw'omuzadde nnako lya ddene boarding nga lisomesa abaana okuva ku nasale paka ku P7 era nga ku musingi ogutya Katonda kwe lyazimbibwa. Lirina abasomesa abakugu abategeera kye bakola era nga liri mu kifo ekisirifu obulungi ekyemunguluddwa obutonde. Abaana baffe tubabangula mu by'omu kibiina n'ebyo ebibayambako mu bulamu obwa bulijjo muli eby'obulimi n'obulunzi. Nasale section yaffe erimu abasomesa bakwata obulungi abaana ate nga n'ebyokuzanyisa weebiri ku ssomero. Tulina n'emmotoka ezitambuza abaana. Ebitone by'abaana tubitumbula nga tuyita mu music, dance and drama saako n'ebyemizannyo era ng'abayizi 100 abanasooka okwewandiisa ng'ennaku z'omwezi 9 February tezinnatuuka. Dr. Charles ne Jessica Kiyaga bakubawa half basare. Essomero lisangibwa Butambala ku luguudo lwa Mpigi Gombe. Okumanya ebisingawo kuba ku 0772 41 98 40 ne ku 0702 36 41 64. Pursuers Junior School, in pursuit of knowledge.